Hi.
Hello, good evening, guys. Well, it's Wednesday. We're halfway there, and we're getting closer to the Easter weekend. And
Yes.
tomorrow kicks off well, it's for our children here in Ocean County. Kicks off their what you call that Easter break slash spring break.
Spring break, yep.
So
Yep.
they're going to be having an extended spring break. So come on in, guys.
Yeah.
Great to be with you tonight. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's going to be a quick one,
It's
too.
gonna be a quick one. Share this live. Share this live because we're gonna do something really quick. We just wanted to come on here and reiterate some things that we talked about, but we want to give you a tool to be able to have some fun with your spouse. If you're married, have some fun getting to know them a little bit, and if you're engaged, getting to know them more. Having some fun using this tool, it's going to be a value to your relationship. For those of you that don't know who we are, we're Joel and Sherilyn Ross, and we're excited to share some tools with you guys on marriage. Well, last Sunday gone, Sherilyn and I did a topic called drama-free marriage, and that topic was really about you getting to a place in your intimacy where you don't have the drama that you used to have, or you grow through those immature phases of your relationship, and you get to a place where you have a drama-free marriage. Now, we talked about two things. We could have talked about a bunch, but we talked about two things that we find to be most important for you to have a drama-free marriage. And the first one was having common goals. I mentioned in that talk that without common goals, as couples, our default setting would be conflict. So when you don't have common goals, automatically you're going to have conflict. You may not have them immediately, but you're going to see them come along the way because you don't have common goals. So conflict is your default setting. The second piece that we covered was tolerance. When you have common goals, it adds towards tolerance. But when it comes to tolerance, there is much that we have to learn about one another in order to have tolerance for one another. You got to understand each other in order to have tolerance. And so there are a lot of things that we need to understand about one another. So let me ask you a question. Did you know that there was such a thing as 5 sex languages? Because in order to even understand your spouse in this area, you got to understand their language in that specific area. Did you know that there was a thing called money languages? Because sometimes when our spouse thinks about money, they have a certain perspective on money that you may not have because they were raised differently. They may have been raised with much, they may have been raised with lack, so their money language would be different. Apology language. Did we know there was such a thing as apology languages when we first met? No, we didn't know that there was such a thing as an apology language. And there is a way that we find it acceptable to receive or give an apology. Did we know that there was such a thing as 5 love languages when we got married?
No.
Right? We didn't know all this stuff up front when we started our relationship. And lastly, did we know about personalities and different personality styles when we first met? Right? And so tonight, we could focus on any one of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 topics. But tonight we want to focus on personalities a little bit. And so if you look under the title of this topic, there is a link that I posted there. And we posted that link because we wanted you to get an opportunity to spend a few moments with your spouse. And so you're just clicking in and answering 40 quick questions. Just click on them and then you hit submit. And it will tally and give you your personality style. And then it'll give you a little bit of a description as to how you roll and who you are. You'll be blown away as to how accurate it is. And then you can find out about your spouses. That's the most important part about this whole exercise. So you can know how to work with them. Anything you want to add on that,
Well,
Charlotte?
acceptance is the cornerstone for tolerance, and basically, we just want to be able to tolerate. It doesn't necessarily mean that you agree. That you're going to be in agreement always with your spouse, but we just want to understand where they're coming from. So the personalities is definitely my favorite. I definitely was a big revelation when I found out, because I remember in our marriage where Joel and I were butting head, because Joel was a little bit slower, and I was quick and fast. Joel took a long time. I'm like, come on, guys.
How was I slow? Did I walk slow?
He did everything slow, according to me. And so we were constantly, a lot of people, when we get married, we constantly try to change the other person to be like us. But what the personality test will reveal to you is that there's nothing wrong with you, one. And number two, you're fearfully and wonderfully created by God for your spouse. You'll see most likely, most of the time, opposite do attract.
Yeah.
So there's 4 personalities. I'm going to go really quick on it. You're going to take the test and you're going to know, but let me give you a little
It's an assessment, so you don't feel like you're failing or passing.
And also the assessment, realize that you're going to have a dominant and you're going to have a runner-up, kind of a recessive personality. So you might be a hybrid a little bit. So remember, and also understand that these things are not set in stone. So it doesn't mean like, okay, this is my personality and I'm staying here, because what's going to happen is as life happens to you, sometimes you realize, especially if your 2 top personality are close together, you might have a flip in them.
Because you're growing, right?
Yeah. Well, growing, and the goal is how you know a person is really, really growing and to the place where, they're thriving and doing a great job is when you cannot guess their personality. So basically, you have your playful individual. These are your these are your popular sanguines, and these are your fun-loving, outgoing, party-loving, life of the party type individual. They're very optimistic. And then you have the powerful calorics. The powerful calorics are the red people. They are the bold one, born leader, getting things done. These people like to get things done. They're visionary. They're decision maker. They're like, let's rock and roll. And then these 2 personality, of course, are leader kind of personality. They're extroverted. And then you have the peaceful phlegmatic. Oh, that's the green. They're so peaceful, relaxed, reliable. They're peaceable. They're low stress individual. And majority of the people in the world is this personality. Then you have your proper blue. These are your calculated individual. They probably looked at me and speaking and may have picked up all the different things that I did incorrectly or what I could have done better. I love these kind of people. You always need one that may a corner. They're organized. They're detail oriented. They're accurate, and they're very deep thinkers. So enjoy the personality test today. Assessment. Yeah. Enjoy the personality assessment.
You see how
tonight.
our personality is working right here?
Right, exactly. So there you go. So opposite do attract.
Absolutely. So enjoy it, as Sherilyn say. We love you. Let us know when we come back on here the next time with our live how things are going. For those of you that are tuning in, know that you can get more of our intimate material on YouTube. Joel and Sherilyn Ross is our YouTube channel for more resources. Like I mentioned, we're working on a blog because there's a lot of writings that we need to post so that you can have more resources. And for those of you in Guyana, know that we're going to be live on the air on 107.1 FM. We are there every Sunday at noon in Guyana. So as we roll out more resources and things that you can benefit from, we will announce them here. For those that know that we do workshops for couples in intimate small settings, we get invited in by one couple and they usually pull together about 4 to 5 other couples. We're not doing that right now, obviously, because of social distancing, but we have this awesome tool of social media and the radio in Guyana on 107.1 FM, so we're still able to make it happen, and the YouTube channel. So check out those resources. Let us know what you think about the personality assessment. Click on that link right under the topic. We shared it, and when I get off, I'm going to post it in the comment section also. Go ahead with your spouse. You both do it together. Have some fun learning about each other. Love you guys.
And tell me if you could guess my personality and Joel's personality after you've taken it. Take care, guys.
Bye.